Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove CKS Financial from their credit report. And this is in many cases without paying that debt at all. So if that applies to you or even someone you know, I know that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. So, but I should say that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. You know, if you know or believe that CKS Financial, actually any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft, or if they have the wrong balance after you've already paid, or any other major issues that are affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf, zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the account permanently deleted from your report. So there's that. If no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, well, we can help with that too. Just give us a call today. I'll put our number in the description below, and yeah, give us a call and we'll talk through this with you. But today I want to go through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one that I have here I think is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with CKS Financial? And I put this one at the top of the list because we honestly get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. I mean, few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that. The other thing to remember is that the amount of the debt doesn't actually matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So, so now, who is CKS Financial, and why are they on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, and often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount. So let's say, for example, you have an unpaid card for whatever reason, with Capital One for $1,000. CKS Financial could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100, but they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which would give them a 10x return on their investment. So, I mean, yeah, these companies can make a lot of money, and damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is actually one of the primary strategies they have to get you to pay. However, the problem with that is, and again, a lot of people don't know this, is that even if you pay the debt on your credit report, that does not automatically remove the account that's attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, paid or not. So I mean, when you think about it, a lot of time, paying the debt actually isn't in your best interest. It could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score further. But in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. Maybe you've gotten one. They may call a lot. They may even call your family members and colleagues. And again, I think that it's important to mention here too that if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, there again, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case that you want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action for you quickly. I have a question here that is, should you negotiate a settlement with CKS Financial? So settling your debt with CKS Financial depends on your goal, okay? Typically, I tell people if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Why? Well, it relates to what I was talking about before. Even if you pay that collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Instead, a better option we always recommend is working with an expert like us to review these accounts, and if certain issues exist, then the account can be removed. Now, this is a win-win, right? You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So, it's perfect. Which actually leads into the next question here. How do you remove CKS Financial from your credit report? So here's how it works. The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. That's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but be prepared to spend weeks, maybe even months learning how to do it properly. However, if you hire a professional to handle it for you, you can ensure that it's done properly the first time and save yourself the time investment of learning how to do it and the hassle involved in that. And that's what we're here for. We're happy to take care of that for you. We have dealt with CKS Financial accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'll take care of it for you too, if you'd prefer. I have a question here. How can you get CKS Financial to stop calling you? So, like I mentioned before, CKS Financial calling you is common. That's the attempt that they're making to collect the debt that they've purchased to get their return on their investment, which means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, right? Like we talked about, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Then they will stop calling you. Will CKS Financial try suing or garnishing my wages? Another great question. CKS Financial suing is unlikely. It can happen. It does happen from time to time, but really in our experience, it's very rare. There are a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, why risk it, right? If we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it at all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with CKS Financial? Another question I get all the time. So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that CKS Financial has purchased. Okay? CKS Financial is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Now, again, these acts can seem very complicated when you first look at them. But they provide a great deal of power to you, the consumer, if you know how to leverage them properly. However, again, if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. Call us today, and we'll sit down and discuss your options with you. Again, our number can be found in the description area. And thank you for watching. That's all I have for today.